It's Wednesday, boys and girls, which means it is time for Restorative Circle, Restorative Circle. And today I'm so excited about our lesson because this is one that is very much needed, and we're going to do some little activities that I think you guys will like. Now, before we start today's circle, I do need to remind you of a very important rule, and that is what is said in this circle needs to stay in this circle, because we are going to identify some things that are going on in class today that we wouldn't want to get out. So you've got to promise me that. Raise your hand if you promise. Okay, so let's go right ahead with what our lesson is going to be today. Today we are going to talk about cliques. A clique is not something you do with a mouse. Well, that's a clique too. But the kind of clique that I'm talking about today is really about groups of kids who get together and form little groups that don't include others. Some people might say, well, there's the popular kids and there's the not popular kids and there's the ones that like to play sports and the ones that like to read. Cliques are just little groups, and they are very unhealthy at times because what they do is they make kids feel like they don't belong. And here at MCIS, you all know that our goal is to make sure that every single child feels like they are loved and that they belong. So today's activity is this. We are in a circle, and I'm going to ask you as a class to do something that is very personal. We are going to identify the cliques that are in this room. I want you all to work with your teacher, and I want you to be very honest. You can start off with words like, I feel like Susie and Johnny have a group and I'm not in their group and I feel very left out. And some of the rest of you might be honest and say, I feel like I have a group and it's Susie and Johnny and Kimberly and Sam, and I realize that maybe there's other kids that don't feel like they belong. So we're going to have a group discussion about that, and then your teacher will come back together with you, and we're going to talk about how we can be more inclusive in our class. Inclusive means to include others. It doesn't mean that you can't have certain kids who are your friends, because that's a very good thing. But we're going to talk about how it can become unhealthy when cliques form in classrooms and other kids feel left out. So again, your assignment is, as soon as this video finishes, identify the cliques that are in your room, and remember that's private, and then work with your teacher to talk about how we can change that and some activities that you all can come up with to make sure that everyone is included. Have a great day, and I will see you next week.